I'm not going to sit here and tell you that voting is the way out of this crisis. That's the only way out of this moment of crisis
Mm.
towards that better future. People need to be in the streets. People need to be calling their representatives. People need to be running for office. People need to be educating and supporting their communities. We need to be building bonds with each other that will weather through this moment and take us towards that brighter future. But talking to people, building our base, electing officials that will fight for a state and a country that actually does work for all of us are essential if we want to come out of this moment of crisis and be able to say down the line that when we were up against the wall, we stood up and we persevered and fought for a future where everybody in this state and this country can live with dignity. For me personally, I'm in this for my mother. My mom was a hard worker, raised my brother and I single-handedly, and made sure that we had food on the table, we could always get to school, we lived in a safe environment. Even if that meant long hours, hard times, sacrifices, she did it for us. So my mom is a social worker, so she works in a hospital. In 2017, she was walking through the lobby of her workplace, the hospital, when she suddenly had a heart attack. Luckily, she was able to get immediate attention. She was able to get treatment, but when it was all said and done, she was left with $80,000 in medical debt from the treatment that she received at the hospital that she worked at with the insurance that they gave her. She was left with crippling debt. It's not going away, it's still there. I don't think my mother's ever gonna be able to retire. I'm fighting for her. I'm fighting for a country that takes care of its people, and I'm fighting for a healthcare system that puts people over profit. And there are millions of stories like my mother's all over this state and all over this country. If we want to make these types of stories a thing of the past, something that we tell our children and grandchildren, we're going to have to work. We're going to have to fight, and we're going to have to freaking win. And that's why I'm asking you to join us. Join us on the phones. Join us over text. Every week, we're talking to real people about real issues. We're trying to build this movement. We need to engage those people who have understandably grown tired and disaffected with the politics and politicians that simply don't work for them. And we need to be having conversations with these people to bring them into our movement. What can you do to build this movement? Ask yourself, what can you do right now to build this movement? Get some texts. Get on the phones. Bring your community, your friends and family with you because we need you. There are, have always been, and will always be more of us than there are of them. That's our power. That's people power. They have money, we have people. And I promise you, that if we can come together in this moment of crisis, with this moment of opportunity that has been given to us, we will see that brighter future. And I promise you, y'all, we will win.